Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Welcome to the Elbow Room. My name's Tiara Craig. I'm the founder and social entrepreneur behind What in the L, all things lesbian. Today we're here to have a discussion about what Black lesbian joy looks and feels like. But I can't have a conversation by myself, so I grabbed a couple of my friends. Hey Brielle, how you doing?
What's going on, y'all? Brielle Winkle Majette. Our pronouns are she, her. I'm the deputy director at Garden State Equality. I'm also a professor at Rutgers, New Brunswick, and I'm so happy to be here and join the conversation with y'all today.
Hey Cicely, what's going on?
Not too much. How are y'all tonight? Um,
Good.
good. It's always great to be here with you guys. But my name is Cicely Moore. I'm from Louisiana. I am the founder of Gamma Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, which is an organization, social organization for masculine presenting lesbians. And I'm just ecstatic to be here with everyone tonight.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So we want to welcome you guys into the elbow room. So what is the elbow room, you might think? The elbow room is for L. We want to, as one L, we want to make sure that we prevent the erasure of the L in LGBT. So we want to put a highlight on it. L. And Bo, every time we come to you, we are going to highlight and rock some bad ass bows. Got a little bow tie here. Brielle's over there highlighting, that Black history. And the dirty down there got to come with some fancy stuff. With the bling. But whether you got a ribbon, a bow in your hair, or your arm, we want to welcome all members of the L into the elbow room. So what we're doing now is we're going to talk about what Black lesbian joy looks and feels like to you as we prepare to close out this Black History Month. So let's start with you, Brielle. What does Black lesbian joy look and feel like to you?
I prepared thinking about what is Black joy? What is Black queer joy? What is Black lesbian joy? And that was such a hard thing to put together because first and foremost it's a feeling when you're feeling that confidence, you're loving yourself, when you're stepping in a room and you can't tell me
Yeah.
shit. That's that Black queer joy when you're not counting how many Black people are in a room, but you just know you're with family. Like those were the first things that came to mind, and then I thought about it and I was like, it starts with me. And I thought about different sounds, and it's so funny because getting prepared for this, Nothing Even Matters was a song, and I literally wrote that down this morning. Like Lauryn Hill is Black joy to me. Love Jones is Black joy to me. Old school like Sideshow and the stylistics is Black joy to me. But then I was like, you know what? How does that affect me? And I said, all those sounds and feelings allow me to love myself before I love anybody else. And it allows me to embrace everything that society told me lesbians or women or Black people shouldn't be. And thinking about brown eyes, brown skin, thicker bodies, taking the time to love
Yeah.
yourself unapologetically and to step in any space with that mentality. And I think as you get to that within yourself, you already have experienced Black joy and everything else is just a plus. So I think that's,
Hell yeah.
pretty much my definition. Absolutely.
That's what's up. That Lauryn Hill, man. That Lauryn Hill has slapped since the first day the Miss Education of Lauryn Hill dropped that nothing even matters. Like it resonates in so many things. And when you said Black lesbian joy, I'm like, facts. I feel that all the way. All the way.
I had
Yo,
to rep Jersey.
Cicely, what you tell?
No, what
Oh,
was you
there
gonna say,
you go
Brielle?
with that.
No, I didn't mean to cut. I want to cut you off. Go ahead, get it out.
I said, I had to rep Jersey, like Lauryn Hill, I'm from Jersey. She lives in Jersey. That's Black joy right there.
All right, cool. So what about you, Brielle? Cicely?
I'm gonna have to actually just kind of go on what Brielle said as well. Like just being in an energy of love and encouragement and empowerment, whether it's with self, whether it's with others, like you could actually feel it. And it's like just even visibility. Like once upon a time, we weren't able to step out and just be like, oh, okay, I am proud of who I am, who I represent. And now it's just like walking in those spaces and being in those rooms where it's just like we can celebrate all things Black excellence.
X. For me, it's like celebrating who I am. So for me, Black Lesbian Joy is celebrating myself authentically, all that I am, embracing both my Blackness and my queerness with pride and confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to be, celebrate the richness of Auntie Audrey in the Black lesbian community, and also just celebrating my Blackness in my music, Lauryn Hill, my literature, my art, like in the movies that I watch and the parties that I go to, and being able to stand proud, um, and let my Black lesbian joy manifest through my activism and
Right,
advocacy.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like being able to be myself wholly, at the intersection, forging alliances and building solidarity across all the communities that I represent. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
Mhm.
I love that. I think like hopping onto what you said and not trying to go back to Jersey roots, but trying to say that like when I think about that, I think about the people whose shoulders we stand on. And like you
Facts.
mentioned Auntie Audrey, who like, I love her. But I think about like representation in terms of paving the way and making spaces for other people to love themselves. Because like you said, there was a time where Black mask presenting women were not allowed to walk outside freely without being in danger or unsafe. We had to look over our shoulder or have anxiety in spaces that we were in. There was a time where we weren't allowed to be in leadership. And like
Facts.
that's one of the biggest reasons I love being in this group is because, we unapologetically are ourselves and pave the way for ourselves, but we are not afraid to bring other people with us. And when we do bring other people with us, every time that Black joy that enters a space that we're all in, always you leave with this like hearty like warmth. And every
Mhm.
time I enter a call with these folks, like the laughter is Black joy, because at some point
Yes.
there was not enough for us to celebrate because we were always strategizing, always thinking about ways to fight the man or show up and make something happen. And now it's like, you know what? We got a lot of work to do, but let's celebrate how those who came before
Mhm.
us and how the paths that we walk are going to pave the way for others to really just experience the love and appreciation for themselves first and the community that they're building through all of the aspects of Black joy.
Sure.
Absolutely. And I think, my wife talks about this all the time is that, what in the L wanted to create a space to prevent the erasure of the L. But to think about when I think Black joy, especially with how my mind has been expanded, I can't think of Black joy without thinking about the full Black diaspora, because there's not just Black lesbians in the United States. I mean, being a Black math presenting lesbian, I'm the safest I could be here in the United States.
Right.
But what does lesbian joy look like for somebody in, the continent of Africa, in some places in South America? What does Black joy look like when it's not safe for you in the Caribbean? You know what I'm saying? Like when you can't be yourself, when you out with your boo and y'all want to vacation it, but y'all can't hold hands, go out and do what y'all want to do in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? So like, if I had to sum up what Black joy means to me in one word, I would have to say community.
For sure.
And a community, not just in Jersey, in Louisiana, in Michigan, or Detroit, where I was born and raised, but community for all members of the L, fully across the diaspora. When you say Black lesbian joy, hell, Cicely, you're in a red state down there in Louisiana. It ain't easy to just show up authentically. It takes courage, right? And that in
Absolutely.
itself, the resilience that we have to have, the strength that we have to have, should represent some level of Black joy.
Absolutely. Definitely.
But I think that's why we're here, right? Because
Absolutely.
this conversation is going to span, we don't want to just touch those who are in the spaces that are safe. We want this to be a safe space for those
Correct.
who don't have one. So that also
Mm-hmm.
is a form of Black joy because when you're a Black lesbian looking for a community, this is your community
Mm.
here. And this is your community that you're able to log on, like turn the world off and feel and be a part of something that is bigger than what the outside is telling you you can't be. And I feel like what you said, it just really resonated with me because of the privilege that we have to just celebrate Black joy in our gender expression in our clothes. And like thinking about like how you just talked about the shackles of other individuals who, are plagued by laws or plagued by society, like we take that for granted all the time that I just get to step outside, put on what I want to wear, feel comfortable, and not be in the shackles of a box that was created for
Mm-hmm.
me not to succeed or thrive or feel like I can be my authentic self. And that really resonated with me, Tiara, because like that's what we're here for. Like breaking down barriers, pushing the envelope, and letting people know that like we are not hiding. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and this is no shade to like feminine presenting like women because I love them, but there's a risk factor that we take every single day just to step outside and be us. And that's a
Mm-hmm.
privilege that I hold true to myself, but that's also a danger that I'm aware of all the time. And it allows for me to really sit in my Black joy because when I'm on and I'm feeling myself and I know I'm sitting in that privilege, that is one of the highest feelings of authenticity that I could have.
Facts. I mean, you just preached a sermon. I feel like we need to pass the plate or something
Okay,
around
pass the
here.
plate. Like,
Right. Like, so do have one question for you, Brielle. Attended Howard University, a historically Black college, right? You know, when you were there, were you able to walk fully and authentically in your Black lesbian self on a historically Black campus?
That's a good question. So, when I first started, absolutely not. A lot of it was, the already presumed thoughts about how I would be treated. It sucks because within the Black community, like at home, a lot of Black individuals, a lot of Black families, they are not really down with being queer, LGBTQ.
right.
Your parents aren't really like that. And, I was fortunate to have a family that really, really supported me, but I had a lot of internalized homophobia for how I could like present myself because when I first stepped on campus, mind you, like I went to a boarding school before this. That's why Black joy is so important to me. It was only 3 Black people in my class, and I was always walking a line of how can I be my most authentic self without playing into the stereotypes that make white people love you, and
Mm-hmm.
put that to the side, but be who I am every single day. So walking into a HBCU, I was like, damn, I already got all of this here. Can I add this to that? And what I will say is, you said community was really important. And it was the community that I built there within the first couple of months that allowed me to present as myself, that allowed me to feel comfortable enough to come out of another closet that I had put for myself and allowed for me to really present as myself and find my community. And Howard did a really great job actually having, like a Spectrum or Cascade was the name of the club, and it allowed for us to come. But like the thing about it is like Howard is the Mecca, and walking on campus every day is a fashion show. So if you could see as people get comfortable, the authenticity of being queer and allowing your outfit, like it's homecoming every single day. So allowing your outfit to really speak to who you are and for people to not just know that's fashion, but also to know, damn, I see your light because you are you in this moment. It
Right.
took a couple of months to get there, but Howard definitely allowed for me to shine and find that, but also to find that like you're taught that Black people are a monolith. And just on a campus like an HBCU, nobody's blackness is the same. And the uniqueness is part of why you get to kind of walk in your authenticity, because everybody's so different and we get to embrace those differences. So absolutely.
That's what's up. My experience was the military, and it was totally different than walking onto an HBCU campus. I was part of the Don't Ask, Don't Tell military, where I had the absolute total opposite experience. But before I go into that, Cicely, you founded a lesbian Greek letter organization specifically for masculine presenting lesbians. Tell me why you did that and how your organization exudes Black joy in your existence.
Well, I will say this. I am from a very small town in Louisiana. I was one of four Black graduates. So it's like I didn't have that opportunity to attend. I mean, I didn't choose, let me say that, to attend at HBCU, but it's like even going to McNeese, it's like I never got a chance to experience Black joy in the form of a lesbian. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone was so closeted. Everyone was just kind of like, yeah, I am, but I'm gonna go over here. So there was no expression. So once I moved to Baton Rouge, it was like, okay, um, a lot of the masculine presenting lesbians here, like, were going through things that I had never experienced or hadn't actually, because I'm from a very Southern religious town. So it's like, okay, well, we still love you anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I was accepted. I didn't really experience like the getting kicked out of the house, parents disowning me, like just like horror. So it's like, I was like, I want to create a space, for Black lesbians so that we could come together and like not have to experience those family things because like just Black traditional, if you don't have your family, it's like you have nothing. So I didn't expect it to grow the way that it has. I didn't expect, and the crazy part about it is I was just telling one of the members the other day, like when she graduated from Southern, um, she's a Zeta, like, but I told her, I was like,
Mhm.
I cry every time I see you because I have never seen you in any Zeta paraphernalia. Every time I see you, it's Game Alpha Psi. And I said, and that's what brings me joy, because it's like I feel like this is actually touching someone. And a lot of the members in the organization, like they pledge D9. And it's like, if you don't know, you don't know. So for me, that is like the greatest joy because it's like the space that was created, even though I didn't know what I was doing, it's here and it was necessary, especially here in the South for sure.
If I could
Absolutely. Go ahead.
chime in really quickly, like Cicely, what you did, and just to give you some like thoughts for impact, when I'm not a part of a D9, so I wasn't thinking about that necessarily, but
Mhm.
a lot of my friends who were mask presenting had to, and going back into this closeted box, they had
Mhm.
to change who they were to cross.
Mhm.
And for me, that was a no. Because
Right.
I've
Mhm.
worked so hard to be who I am, there's not one institution, one person, not one anything, no networking that's worth me changing who I am to fit in. And a lot of
Absolutely.
people felt like they had to do that. And we had to watch them change and not be themselves to try to reach this status. And
Correct.
you created something that gives them that sisterhood,
Facts.
unity, that
Facts.
everything without them having where they could show up day one as their
Mhm.
self, and they don't have to sacrifice for status their authenticity. So what you created is beautiful, because
Thank you.
I wish I had that when I was at Howard, because I didn't know where I fit. Obviously,
Right.
D9 fraternities were not like all the bros would always be like, you're honorable XYZ, I won't name them,
Right.
but
Right.
it wasn't a real
Same.
space for you. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it was once again like being in the middle, like not having a place to find your community, because I had to change who I was to come over here, and I wasn't a man, so I couldn't be over here. So there was
Correct.
nothing for us. So what you made is really important.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I wanted to highlight that, we talked about green before we started and Cicely's organization. I'm a member of Kappa Xi Omega Sorority Incorporated, which is a lesbian sorority. We're celebrating our 20th anniversary this year, but created for all members of the lesbian community, no matter how you identify. But I really wanted to highlight what Cicely is doing in the South with mass presenting lesbians and creating that space and sustaining that space as well. And again, it brings me Black joy as well. I mean, I don't have no beef and against no other Greek letter organization. If you're doing
Absolutely.
it, if you're out here for the
Right.
community, I'm gonna big you up every single time. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Same.
And I don't want to put you out there, but Cicely wrote a book. It's published. It's out there, y'all. Cicely, come on, tell us about Mask Girl Magic.
Yeah, so Mask Girl Magic, it's a book. Like one day I was just sitting in this room right here, and it's just like, um, there's no representation. I didn't have this growing up. I had to figure it out. There was nothing, like no visibility. And I was like, we have a lot, even though like everyone has their idea of what a celebrity or a hero or whatever that is. Like for me, it's the little things that we do in our community that needs to be celebrated because it shows one kid that they're relatable and you could be this person and you could do that, even though everyone takes different roads to get to that destination, but it's like we're here, we have arrived. And so that's how that came about. And I was just like, all right, let's do it. So, and I was very honored that like even the ladies that I reached out to, I was like, look, I don't really know what I'm doing. I had a vision. And most times when I do, I sit on them. But for this particular one, I was like, I'm gonna execute. It's needed.
That's what's up. Y'all, for me, this is Black joy. Being able to sit here and have this conversation with y'all, to give y'all flowers, but just to kick it, just to be able to have a forum where we could just have a conversation. This is community. This right here is Black joy to me. This is what it looks like. And the feeling that I have, man, if you can imagine rainbows and unicorns and butterflies with some neo soul playing in the background and some incense burning, that is what this right here feels like to me. That is what Black Lesbian Joy looks and feels like to me. I appreciate y'all joining me for this conversation. This won't be the last conversation. Happy Black History Month to y'all. Thank you. Like, man, we're gonna do this again. I can't wait to see the next bow y'all pull out.
I was gonna say we can't stop this without saying Black Joy is also Kaylani, because we talked about some other individuals, and I'm hoping that Kaylani, you see this somewhere, but you are Black Queer Joy. I just need to say
All right, y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Look out for more elbow room conversations. We're gonna do this every month. Until next time. Peace.
Thank you.